Good afternoon, students. So, my name is Sreema Jeevan. I am dealing community health nursing. So, we has already started our unit number 4 in the community health nursing. The name is Principles of Epidemiology and Epidemiological Methods. So here in this content, so a definition of the epidemiology aims we has completed. What is the difference between communicable and non-communicable diseases also finished. And B section, there is basic tools of measurements in the epidemiology, uses of epidemiology, the disease cycle and the spectrum of diseases. So already this portion has been covered already in last classes. And this is the fifth F1 we are going for learning, that is levels of prevention of diseases. So we'll see the levels of prevention of diseases. So there are three major levels of disease preventions are there. First one is we are calling as a primary prevention. Second one we are calling as a secondary prevention. Third one we are calling as a tertiary prevention. So we'll see one by one. So the first one, that is primary prevention. Primary prevention is will be targeted towards the healthy peoples. Okay, so who are healthy, for those peoples we are giving the primary level of prevention. So if we nowadays, okay, so now at present we are having one condition is there, COVID-19 condition. So those who are healthy peoples, those peoples, they are preventing from the COVID-19 cases. How means, how they are taking the prevention, that healthy peoples means we are taking the vaccination. Okay, so it's a calling as a primary level of prevention. So it's only for targeted towards the healthy peoples. So what is the objective means, we are going for promotion of the health, prevention of exposure and prevention of diseases. So for example, immunization, we are giving the sanitation, health education we are giving, and media campaigning. So at present COVID-19 conditions, we are getting healthy people, so we are getting the vaccinations. And how we are going for preventing first line prevention and all, so we are giving a sanitation, so we are giving a personal hygiene, we are doing the wearing personal protection mask, equipments like mask, gown, gloves and all. Okay, then we are getting health education from the media sections, from the government sectors, and we are getting the health education how you can able to go for preventing or overcome the particular situation, disease situations and all. Okay, so we are calling as a primary level of prevention. Second one is secondary prevention. So it is only be targeted towards the sick individuals. Okay, so secondary level means it is going for the targeted towards sick individuals. So those who are under the disease condition, we are giving the prevention for the further, okay, for further infection, for the prevention, and we are giving this prevention. So objective is stop or slow the progression of the diseases and to prevent the limit permanent damages through early detection and treatment. Okay, so already, so at present we are knowing the patient is having COVID-19 condition. So earlierly we will be detecting with the help of the signs and symptoms. So earlier treatment we are taking, okay, so that they can't able to go for the next level of the disease condition. So we are preventing that further infections and further damaging or progression of the particular disease conditions. So secondary prevention means already the person is having the condition is there. So for that condition, it is should not go for a progression, should not go that disease condition in an increased way. So what you will do means earlier itself we will be identify the condition and will go for the treatment. So we can able to subside the particular disease condition. Third one is it is only be targeted with the chronic disease or disabilities that cannot be cured. Okay, so tertiary one is it is a chronic condition we are giving the treatment. Okay, then for those who we can't able to cure some condition, okay, can't able to cure some of the disease condition and all, for those people we are giving the tertiary prevention, only be preventing the further damaging disability or a death and limiting the impact of disability through the rehabilitations and all. That means, so if we are preventing the death, okay, with the help of some of the treatment and medication, we are holding the life of the person. Okay, so we can't able to cure the condition completely, so we are giving some of the medication for preventing the death and all, making holding the life in a normal way. Okay, so it's there only for the tertiary prevention, is only for the targeted for the chronic illness patients, and those the three diseases we can't able to go for curing and all. Okay, so what are the levels is there means primary level, secondary level and tertiary level. Primary level means it is only be targeted to the healthy person, we are getting the vaccination is one of the example. Then second one is secondary prevention, it is only be targeted towards the sick individuals, so we are going for reducing the disease condition by the detection, early detection and all in the secondary prevention. And tertiary prevention means it is be only be targeted towards the chronic disease conditions. Then the G section is disease transmission, that is direct and indirect transmissions. So we'll see one by one. So how the disease is transmitting. Okay, so disease is transmitted by the two method, that is direct transmission of the disease and the indirect transmission of diseases. So what is direct transmission? Disease is transmitted by direct physical contact. So maybe as a physical contact the transmission is there, so we can able to call it as a direct transmissions of disease. For example, touching with a contaminated hand. Okay, so then skin to skin contact or a kissing. So these are the mode of transmission which will be coming under the direct transmissions. So touching of an infected person, which can be causing to us from the infected person to a non-infected person. If skin contact is there, skin to skin contact or kissing, so or a sexual intercourse and or they are getting the in the mode of direct transmissions. Second one is indirect transmission. The disease is transmitted when the pathogens or agent are transferred or carried by some intermediate item like organism. Means maybe you are if I am a low immunity person or a susceptible host, if I am touching towards a infected items or a infected utensils. Okay, so infected vessels, those already the infected person has used, so those things and if we are touching or if we are using those materials and all means we will be getting the disease condition. Okay, we are calling that one as indirect transmission. For example, so infected person is using some towels, okay, bathing towels, so non-infected persons are they are going for using the towel means, so it's a common towel and means from there also we will be getting the infection. Second one is vector. So vector means mosquito, for example mosquito or insects. Okay, so through the mosquito we will be getting the malarial condition, dengue fever and all, so it's one of the indirect transmission. Okay, then air content, dust particles, water drops, water and food, contaminated food and contaminated water or a orophycal contact also the people will be getting the condition. So it's a mode of transmission is indirect transmission only, it's not in a direct way. The next one, so we has learned here the transmissions, the mode of transmission, disease transmission is direct and indirect. So if you are in the skin to skin contact or a direct texture, that means we are calling it a direct transmission of disease condition which can be occur. And indirect means so already the infected person used items, okay, so used materials or utensils or a vector borne diseases and will be coming under the indirect transmissions. The next one is immunizing agent, immunization and national immunizations. Okay, so we'll see one by one what is immunizing agent. So you know that vaccine is one of the agent for immunizations. So it's first one is vaccine, second one is immunoglobulin and anti-sera. So there are three things are there for the immunizing agent. First one is vaccine, second one is immunoglobulin and anti-sera. So we'll see what are the vaccine agents are there. First one is vaccine. Vaccine means it is an immunobiological substance designed for producing the specific protection against a given diseases. So for now at present we are getting the vaccine, that is COVID-19 vaccination, that is Covishield or Covaxin we are getting for protecting from the COVID-19 condition. Second one is toxoid, the exotoxin produced by some bacteria are detoxified and used in the preparation of vaccines. So while they are preparing the vaccines and all, they will be taking some exotoxin which is produced by the bacteria and all. So what with the help of that detoxification and the weakening of the particular bacteria or a virus, we will be preparing the vaccines and all. Okay, third one is immunoglobulin. So sterile solution contain antibodies from the human body, we are calling as a immunoglobulin. So it is there in our body only, our body blood containing the immunoglobulin. It is a sterile solution which containing the antibodies. Fourth one is antitoxin. So what is antitoxin means? It is derived from the serum of non-human sources. Actually it's a antitoxin. It is not from our body, that is human body. It's not a source. So it is from any other animal's source we are getting this solution. Okay, solution of antibody which is derived from the serum of non-human source, we are calling as antitoxin. So we'll see what is immunization. So it is the process of inducing or providing immunity by administering an agent. Okay, so it's a introducing or giving an immunity towards the people. So that process we are calling as the immunization. What is active and what is passive immunization is there. So what is active immunization means the production of an antibody in response to administration of vaccine, we are calling as active. Then passive means temporary immunization only. Okay, so temporary immunization by the administration of performed antibodies or antitoxin. Okay, antitoxin is not derived from the human body, it is from the outside the human body only, the solution of antibodies serum. Okay, then antigen, it is used some of the agents. Okay, so antigen is the foreign body which is invading towards the our body, means it's a foreign body, okay, which can cause some infections, injury to our body. So instead of preventing those things, we are taking the immunization or a vaccination. So what is immunization means? It is a process of inducing or providing immunity by administering an immune agent, for example vaccination. So what is vaccination? Okay, so vaccination is an injection of weakened form of actual antigen that causes the diseases. Okay, so vaccination is the injection. So actually from the particular virus we are taking the antigen part and we will be making it's a weakened part and we will be including towards the vaccination content. So this one we are injecting towards the people to prevent from the particular disease condition. Okay, the injection is too weak to make one sick. Okay, but in case of beta lymphocytes with recognize of antigen, and it will be going for reacting if where there is a real thing. Okay, so our body will be having some amount of virus which we say weakened form of the particular disease condition, and so once you are appearing towards the particular endemic area, okay, so what happened there means we won't be getting, because already we are having the prevention, already weakened form of the particular virus or a bacteria which is there inside our body, which we have taken in the vaccination form. So it's the national immunization schedule. So here TT1, TT2, so we are giving 4 different group section, that is for the pregnant woman, for the infant and for the children. This is divided like that, national immunization schedule. For the pregnant ladies means we will be taking TT1 and TT2 we are taking, and sometime we will be taking as a TT booster dose also we can able to go for taking. So you should be taking TT1 and TT2 will be taking. Okay, so it's a muscularly we are taking the immunization. In the upper arm we will be taking. Okay, for the infant means at birth itself we will be taking BCG vaccination, and in meanwhile we will be taking the OPV and DPT vaccinations. And OPV means oral polio vaccines, so that is 2 drops we can able to go for giving. Then secondly we can able to give the DPT, that is the diphtheria, pertussis and tetanus vaccination usually we are giving. And in between that one, so instead of OPV vaccination we can give IPV vaccination, that is inactivated polio vaccination we can able to give. So it's an injection form only. So we can even intradermally we can give, that is in the right upper arm we can give. Then measles vaccination we can able to go for giving within the 9 to 12 months of baby. Then sometime in between we can give other vaccination like chickenpox vaccination, pneumococcal vaccinations, then rotavirus vaccinations, then Japanese encephalitis vaccination. Then vitamin A is the first dose and all we can able to give at after completing the 9 months we can give the vitamin A doses. Okay, so it's a syrup form only we can able to go for giving. So 1 ml we are taking. Then for 7 years of babies and all we can able to go for getting for DPT again the vaccinations and all. And so booster dose and all we are giving at the 5 to 6 years of ages. Okay, so not more than the 7 years. Before that one we should go for taking DPT vaccinations. So in for the those who are having any of the infections or a old age peoples also can able to take yearly one injection, that is H influenza vaccination they can able to go for taking. So it's especially for the old age. Why? Because the immunity level is keep on decreasing in year by year or day by day for the old age people. So though for those peoples we can able to go for taking H influenza virus to boost up the immunity. Okay, so these are the content. So usually for babies we will be taking vitamin A, BCG, DPT, hepatitis B vaccination, measles vaccination and oral polio vaccination. So instead of OPV we can give IPV also. So both also there is no problems. Up to the 5 years yearly we will be giving the OPV vaccination. Why? Because to eradicate the polio from our country. Okay. So these are the topics we have learned today. So we'll see once more. So we have seen the that one level of prevention, that is primary, secondary and tertiary. So primary is there for the healthy person, and secondary for the sick person, and tertiary for the those who are can't able to cure the condition or a chronic conditions and all. And disease transmission, it is divided into two, that is direct transmission and indirect transmission. Direct means so maybe a skin to skin contact or a touching and all. Then indirect means already the infected person is used towels of a common towel. Okay, so if we are touching that one also maybe chance to get the infection. Or a second one is vector borne diseases, that is for example malarial condition, that is by the mosquito bite and all is one of the example for indirect transmission. Then H1 is immunizing agents. So agent is vaccine only, main thing is vaccine only. Then immunization means it's a process of injecting or administering the immune agent, that is vaccination, into the body for getting the boosting up of immunity level and all. So then we have seen the national immunization schedule. Okay, so go through this one and study well. Thank you. If you are having any doubt means you can able to ask me directly.